PBS Utah presents the Governor's Monthly News Conference, an exchange between Utah reporters and Governor Spencer Cox.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It's great to be with you again. It's great to see all of you.
I would like to introduce Corinne. She's a student at Judge Memorial High. She's part of our PBS NewsHour student reporting labs. So Corinne, go ahead with your question.
Thank you. So pardon me if you've already mentioned this, but you said that $40 million is going towards increasing flow into the Great Salt Lake. We've not necessarily had an amazing year regarding snowpack, and ultimately that feeds a lot of the Great Salt Lake. So there's not necessarily going to be extra water. So you may have to buy other people's water claims. If they're not willing to sell their claims, where is the extra flow going to come from? And at some point, will the state need to reconsider some of the established water claims on the Bear and Jordan River, and or stop any future claims on water rights to protect the state's claims?
Thanks, Corinne. That's a very good question. So yes, we do know that there are people out there that are willing to sell their water rights. We've had some of those conversations. They're ongoing, but we feel very confident that there will be a very large amount of water claims that will be sold, or and many of them at reduced prices. Some of them will even be donated to allow this to happen. We've talked to some very big users, and they're interested in this as well. That's one of the reasons that this bill is moving forward. So I'm not worried about that piece of it. Certainly, when it comes to drought and where we're going, we have to keep looking at this. I do not foresee a day where we will take people's water rights away from them. That's not how we do things in the state of Utah. That's never where we're going. But we certainly need to look at what is going to happen additionally on those rivers and tributaries. What does that look like as we continue to grow? And part of that is this conservation piece as well, right? If we can reduce per capita water use and do that in homes. If we can do that with agriculture, we have another bill out there that will help significantly reduce the amount of water that agriculture is using and still get the same yields. Then we can have more growth in those areas. But if we can't, then the future of that growth and new claims moving forward will certainly have to be examined.
Do you think the legislator will be willing to put restrictions on the amount of water per household? Do you think they'll be open to that idea?
So what we're seeing now, and what some of these bills that we're running now, first of all, is to have the state use less water. So we're one of the big water users, and so we'll have reductions placed on us on how we use water and have to be more efficient. So that's the first. That one's definitely going to happen. We're also going to stop park strips and unnecessary water usage. Allow more of that to happen in municipalities. There are some places now where it's required you can only have grass. You can't even do a water-wise landscape if you want to. So we're trying to remove some of those things and then see how far that takes us. One of the things I'm really proud of is that when we asked Utahns to use less, they did. We saved billions and billions of gallons of water last year. And so I believe that this is a first step. The secondary water metering is another one that's really important. Getting those water meters on those connections has, on average, about a 20% reduction just by metering it, not even charging more, just so people can see how much they're using. That has a significant decrease in water usage. So what we'll do, and what we do every year, is we will look at where we are, we'll look at what happened, how successful these were, and then if we have to take another step, we will. And usually we do that. We try to do that in a positive way, right? By rewarding people for using less instead of punishing people for using less. But certainly we have to look at the true cost of water. That's also another. If we're subsidizing water usage, then we're incentivizing the wrong thing, right? So that's another thing that is certainly on the table. Some municipalities are looking at this already: the true cost of water and the true cost of growth. We do have every year, almost every year, especially in dry years, we do have some municipalities who don't issue building permits because they don't have enough water. And so those are done on an individual basis, and but we give them the data and help them through those decisions. And so all of those things will occur. Hopefully, you're right, we haven't had a great water year. December was awesome. January was terrible. February has not been great. We are seeing a little bit of a change. We were able to get some yesterday. But if we have anything less than an average year, we will be in as dire a position as we were last year.
Okay, I'd like to go